Hello and welcome back. Tonight, we are going to explore a space that many of us in our busy, noisy world have come to fear. It is a space of deep quiet, a space of stillness. It is the space of being alone. Our modern world is a carnival of noise and distraction. From the moment we wake to the moment we sleep, we are surrounded by voices, screens, notifications, and the endless pressure to be connected. We have become so accustomed to the crowd that we can find the silence deafening. We mistake the feeling of being alone for the painful ache of loneliness. Before we explore the hidden beauty in this quiet space, I want to extend a quiet invitation. If you find value and peace in these journeys, taking a gentle moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel helps support our shared space. And I would truly love to hear your thoughts. Feel free to share in the comments which part of our discussion resonates most deeply with you. It is a beautiful thing to learn from one another. Now, let us proceed. I invite you to gently turn down the volume of the outside world. There is no one else you need to be for tonight, no role you need to play. It is just you, here, in this quiet sanctuary we will create together. Let us rediscover the profound difference between loneliness and the courageous, beautiful act of solitude. So first, be honest about the feeling of loneliness. It is a real and painful human emotion. It is a feeling of being disconnected, of being unseen, of longing for a sense of belonging that feels out of reach. Loneliness is an absence, but we have been taught to conflate this feeling with the simple state of being physically alone. We have been taught that to be by oneself is an unfortunate state to be remedied, a problem to be solved with distraction or company. We see someone eating alone at a restaurant, and we feel a pang of pity. We find ourselves with an empty evening, and we scramble to fill it with noise, with content, with anything to avoid the silence. Why? Perhaps it is because, in the quiet, we are left with only ourselves. And for many of us, that can be a frightening prospect. In the silence, the thoughts we have been pushing away begin to surface. The feelings we have been distracting ourselves from begin to rise. The uncomfortable questions about our lives begin to ask themselves. And so we see solitude not as an opportunity, but as a threat. We see being alone as a synonym for being lonely. But this is a profound misunderstanding. Loneliness is the poverty of self. Solitude is the richness of self. Loneliness is a feeling of lack. Solitude is a chosen state of presence. It is not an absence of others, but the deep, restorative, and courageous presence of you. What happens when we stop running from the quiet and instead gently step into it? We discover that solitude is not an empty room. It is a vast inner sanctuary, a quiet library, a hidden garden, and it is filled with treasures. The first treasure we find is creativity. The creative spirit is often a shy one. It does not like to shout over the noise of the crowd. It is in the quiet moments of solitude, when the external voices fade, that the faint, original whispers of our own inspiration can finally be heard. A new idea, a solution to a problem, a line of poetry. These things are often born in the fertile ground of stillness. The next treasure is clarity. When we are constantly surrounded by the opinions, expectations, and emotions of others, it can be difficult to hear our own inner voice. What do I truly want? What do I really feel? Solitude is like letting a muddy pool of water become still. The sediment slowly settles, and the water becomes clear. In solitude, you can finally distinguish your own feelings from the feelings you have absorbed from others. You can get to know yourself again. We also discover restoration. Being with other people, even people we love, requires energy. We are constantly adjusting, responding, giving, and receiving. It is a beautiful dance, but it can be draining. Solitude is where we recharge. It is where we plug back into our own source of energy without any external demands. It is a great act of self-care, a necessary pause that allows us to return to the world more present, more grounded, and more available for those we love. Solitude is not a rejection of the world. It is the practice that makes our engagement with the world more meaningful and authentic.
If you have spent a long time avoiding solitude, it can feel uncomfortable at first. That is perfectly normal. The silence can feel loud. The stillness can feel restless. So, we must approach it gently, like befriending a timid animal. You can start small. You do not need to go on a week-long silent retreat. Can you take a 10-minute walk and leave your phone behind? Can you drink your morning coffee or tea in silence instead of turning on the news or scrolling through a feed? Just 5 minutes of quiet, intentional presence. Frame it not as being alone, but as making a date with yourself. You are choosing to spend quality time with the most important person in your life. When the discomfort arises, as it might, do not immediately run from it. Do not judge it. Simply notice it. There is that restless feeling. There is that urge to find a distraction. Greet it with a gentle curiosity. What is this feeling trying to tell me? Often, if you can just sit with the restlessness for a few moments, like a kind parent sitting with a fussy child, it will eventually calm down. It will learn that the silence is safe. Over time, you will find that you are not just tolerating these moments of quiet, you are craving them. You begin to see them as the invaluable opportunities they are, opportunities to hear yourself think, to feel yourself breathe, to simply be. Ultimately, learning to be alone is an act of profound courage. It is the courage to face yourself without distraction, to look upon your own thoughts, your own feelings, your own life, with honesty and with kindness. It is the courage to find contentment within yourself, rather than constantly seeking it from external validation, entertainment, or approval. To be truly comfortable in solitude is to know, at the deepest level, that you are enough. Your own company is enough. You are not a half waiting for someone else to make you whole. You are a complete universe, worthy of exploration. This does not mean you will not want or need other people. We are social creatures, and connection is vital, but the quality of your connections will transform. You will connect with others, not from a place of needy desperation to fill a void, but from a place of fullness. You will share your rich inner world with them, and invite them into theirs, knowing that at the end of the day, you have a peaceful, welcoming home to return to within yourself. This is the ultimate sanctuary, a place of peace that no one can ever take from you, a friendship with yourself that will last your entire life. So, as you drift into sleep tonight, release the fear of being alone. Imagine the quiet around you not as an emptiness, but as a soft, warm blanket. It is a space of pure potential, a space of peace. In the deep, restorative solitude of sleep, you are returning to the very core of your being, and you will find that in that sacred, silent space, you are in the very best of company.